Getting closer to first pitch here this evening between the Apple Sox and the Port Angeles Lefties, and we're talking with today's starter Quincy Vassar here ahead of the Apple Sox versus the Lefties. And I'm Joel Norman. Quincy, let's talk about your first appearance of the season. It was kind of a funky one. You came on relief on Friday night. You tossed an inning and 2/3, and then the lights go out in the middle of an at-bat. Have you ever had that happen at any level of baseball before?
No, that was one of the weirder baseball moments of my life. I kind of was just confused on what was going to happen, if they were going to call the game or whatnot, but it definitely shifted the momentum a lot.
Take me through those discussions on the field. Were you fighting like, hey, can we just finish this inning and then try to figure this out? Or what were you saying when you were talking to the umpires?
Well, we were wondering if they could get the light back on, and then when they couldn't, we were wondering if the game was over, if we would have to finish it. Obviously, we were just hoping it would be over right there, save some pitching for the rest of the weekend. It was like 14-11 at that point, so.
Yeah. We would have appreciated had it ended then, of course. It would have been an Apple Sox victory. So the game gets suspended. You guys play the next day, and you're back on the rubber. For me, I think a lot of people, you're kind of surprised when you see that. Did you kind of push to get the ball the next day, or was it you pretty much told, hey, we're going to keep rolling with you?
No, I definitely was ready to go back out there. Obviously not like 100%, but I've been pretty used to throwing back-to-back days this whole season, so I was ready to keep competing.
We were talking about that a moment ago as we're chatting with Quincy Vassar, today's starting pitcher for the Apple Sox against the Lefties. We were talking about that right before we got on camera here, and you kind of have been used to some extended relief outings this past spring at Vanguard. How does that really help you to jump in like this and become a starter here today for the Apple Sox?
Yeah, I had a couple starts, but the extended relief helps just with arm strength and being ready to throw higher pitch counts rather than just being a reliever 30-40. I've jumped up in the 70-80 range a bunch of times, so should help a lot.
5 strikeouts for you on this past Friday into Saturday. I guess we got to say that now. For game 1 of the season, you came back out there, and it was your first strikeout ended up being a pass ball. You ended up I think it was your 5th one, also ended up being a strikeout pass ball. But regardless, the swing and miss stuff was there. What was the key for you for that outing?
The changeup was working, keeping it down in the zone. Drop third strike. I mean, you can't really get too mad about it. It happens sometimes, and it was rainy, hard to see. At least we know that everything was working. Slider, changeup. Just keep it rolling into today.
You talked about how you have some comfortability starting and relieving. Do you prepare any differently for starting versus relieving, or is it pretty much the same regardless?
Relieving, I don't get as much time to warm up, so I do have a longer process for starting, but it doesn't change a whole lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's just a little bit different, obviously, doing that. Well, Quincy, that does it for today. Thank you for joining us here, and good luck on the mound.
Thank you.
That was Quincy Vassar joining us. We'll have more pregame coverage here from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium in a moment.